Our time is we get a 5-minute break, and we're right back on it here for you and the market recap. Of course, we will have everything popping off today, and you can see right there, we do have Trade Talk with Brian Shannon at Alpha Trends coming through very, very soon. We will go over what was just a nasty day in the market, but it's all good because we were short for pretty much all day, just covering some of those positions at the end. Traders, stay late, and thank you so much for staying with me right now into the closing. Wow, we keep saying, I almost said it again, the closing show. It is your market recap show. What we have built out right now is Costco. We are waiting for that earnings, and you guys are right. When that comes through, we will have it. We have Benzinga Pro up in the building right now as well, one of the sponsors. We're going to wait to see what's going on with Costco. When does it come out? Hopefully pretty soon. If anybody has any information on like when it comes out, generally speaking, we're going to have it right here. So anything that starts to print, we have a scanner set up by Michael Noss for me from Trade Ideas. Anything hitting in the post-market movers should show up right here. And the minute I see Costco, we flip over to that for all of you. But hey, let's just talk about the kind of a day it was, man. We had Frank Caburn on from IG. Thank you so much, Frank. We talked about rates, the dollar yen, the US dollar continuing to go higher and higher, like 106. Like, what's up with that? As we continue to go, we can look at the UUP. Take a drink, Sean. I think I will. Look at the UUP. Wow. This is the bullish index fund for the dollar. It's at levels right now that we haven't seen since last November. Okay, and we saw what happened to the market in last November. Let's see if we can hold out a little bit higher. Obviously, we bottomed out near the end as the dollar came back down into the downside there. But you could see we're getting pretty spicy here. There's still a lot more to go. You can get up here to 30.50 or so to get to those October, September highs of last year. That's the danger zone on the UUP, the US dollar, as we go. So my eyes are still on Costco, everybody. If we get that, we will go over to it. I like Costco. Let's see if it holds that 50-period moving average on the daily. Man, today, what was down today? Real estate, see you later. Again, a rate issue. Real estate, the IYR, the U.S. Real Estate ETF Fund. We've never looked at this on the show because it's never been one of the leaders. But look at this, man. Again, breaking below. You know, can we get a price check on WeWork? I mean, some of these real estate ETFs continue to make downsides. REITs, again, not as attractive anymore on a REIT when you can put your money in the bank and grab that 4 or 5%, right? Just from the yield alone, money is safe right now, not in equities or REITs, especially real estate. When people, hey, it's a tricky time, man. There's no one buying new real estate. There's also no one selling right now. Rates obviously continue to be an issue there. So I'm still looking over there. As soon as Costco hits, we're on it. UNG downside again, another 1.9%, whatever. Here is the NASDAQ. Well, we'll just go over to the Qs. That's a little bit more widely followed than the XLK. Wow, the NASDAQ is right near a tipping point. What a nasty day. Down 1.5%. Looking to take these out again, man. You're looking to break. If you break these June lows, man, look out below. We've been talking about it for days and days on this show, man. It was weeks ago when we had Michael Noss up there. We talked about the equal weighted SPY, that there was problems underneath the hood. You can see what's happening right now. NASDAQ pulling down. NASDAQ now down, what, 5 or 6%? This month alone. We knew September was a problem, but did we know it was this bad? I don't know. That's not good, man. I wish we would have known that this was happening. But hey, I bought some more shares today. I bought some starter position today for me in Oracle. Obviously, we did not like their quarter. I don't think it was horrible. Made a move down there to 107 on their earnings release, back up to 115. Now we get a gift down here at 104. I'll take it. We'll do a starter position. Took about a quarter or so of what I'm looking to add on to there at the end. So we'll see if we can get down to the 200-period moving average. Maybe that's another buy spot, but that's only $100. It's only 4% lower. I think we could get there. And then because we talked about real estate ETF, let's go over to Amazon. They obviously own a lot of big factories, but they're not going to be selling any of those. They're just going to be producing more and more. And look at this move to the downside right now. Brendan talking to me about Tesla robots. That's part of the reason why I like Amazon, man. Logistics. You know, if they can get something like just last night, we have SodaStream and we ordered some more SodaStream and it's delivered today. Like, so it's like, okay, you know, those little bubbles, you get the cranberry or whatever, the spritz drinks, you know, you can add some vodka to it if you want, but that came in today. So it's like 1 day of order, Amazon, we'll take that, man. I don't need to go to Walmart or Loblaws or any grocery, I guess for those of you in the States, like a grocery store to buy that. We'll just order it from Amazon, baby. So come in right there. I kind of like this level. We'll see. Again, will it fall down? Potentially. We'll take some more here at the 200 period. What else is going on, man? The home builders. I mean, I don't know if we have Warren Buffett on the line or anytime soon, but I mean, what's up with this, Warren? I need to talk to you because these home builders... Hello? Oh, that's my plumber. Yeah, that's right. I got plumbing issues happening there at the Katina household. I got to go home and cut my ceiling. I want to find out. There's a leak. It looks like there's a leak happening from my top floor, 4-piece bath, and I don't know. I don't know. It seems like I'm going to have a little bit of a bill to pay at some point there. But you know, that's the problem with being Italian. I think that I could just fix everything myself. So I'm going to go home today and be Super Mario and try to fix the plumbing myself, which is not going to go well. I actually messaged my dad, and he's like, do not take the toilet off. So I don't think I'll do that, but I will cut the ceiling and see if I can find it, because I don't know if it's going to be the toilet or the shower, potentially. I don't think it's the sink. But anyways, okay, more to go. What's the SPY doing? Down 1.5% again today. The SPY is a different story, man. You're approaching the 200 period moving average, so we're going to have to watch out for that. Maybe we'll talk to Brian about some of this stuff today, because it's getting nasty out there. Where do we buy? Oil down today. Fine. I gassed up last night. This is OIH, but I see right here USO making a move to the upside. This is more what we're worried about. So oil today up 0.6%. We're going to see what's up with XLE because I've yet to trim this. Maybe I'll talk to Brian about XLE because Michael Noss, again, another CMT, mentioned that he thinks this could still break out higher. You're still holding above the 50 period, so I guess until we sort of crank that, then we don't have anything to worry about. Look, guys, my eyes are still on everything. I don't see anything here for COST. So Costco right now, yeah, still waiting. No after-hours movement on Costco as we look to see what's moving around. CRDF, hello. What's up with Cardiff? Positive clinical data sending this one to the moon. CRDF, nice move right there, up to 247. Let's have a look at CRDF right now. So you're all the way up here. You're taking out some of these August levels. If you are an active trader, man, shout out to you because right now you're getting some nice moves upside on CRDF. What else moving in the aftermarket right now? Just real quickly, MLKN, I don't know this name, Miller Knoll. Ooh. Nice move up on these guys. Maybe that's an earnings, but I should know them if it's a $20 name, but I do not. ORGO, and DTC making moves. DTC down, yeah, again, yeah, quadunking a little bit there in the aftermarket. But we're still waiting on Costco. So not much else to talk about, man. The gold is even down today. We're watching out for 175 to slip on GLD. Silver down 1%. Banks down today, continuing. I mean, look, everything is red. The worst, of course, this real estate ETF. We'll find out more if there's any stories about this here today. Dividend announced today, actually, of 90 cents, but that's not a big move there. Indicators downside, man, you're starting to break back down below. If you are in this name, man, watch out for $76 coming through. Again, this is a REIT play. IYR downside action there today, down 3%. IWM, man, the Russell 2000. There was strength in the Russell. Ain't no more as we're getting. This is probably worth a buy, man. The Russell here, oversold now. It looks like, I'd say, breaking below the 200, sorry, the 50, and breaking below the 200. The iShares Russell ETF continues lower right now. So still waiting on Costco. I don't see any of that. So as we continue to go, we're going to call up Brian very, very soon when we're ready to get locked and loaded on that. And then, hey, we don't want to interrupt anybody, but if Costco comes out at any time, man, we will flip over to Costco. We didn't make any trades today on Costco. Look at this Microsoft, apparently open AI. So we shorted Microsoft today. It was a very, very good play there. If you come over to my screen, Fabian, we shorted Microsoft early. We have a wick out there where we got taken out, but then we brought Microsoft all the way back in. That was about a $3 winner or so, 312 off of 315 short, so that was good. But right at the end of the day, a news story came out about OpenAI trying to get involved, maybe either coming to market or looking for a $90 billion valuation. I know that Microsoft dumped $10 billion into OpenAI back in November, I believe, so almost 10 months ago. Not sure what that would mean for their investment, but 310 to 312 at the end of the day, most likely on some of that talk. Here's my 6 stock in Amazon today. That continues to bleed down 4 at the end of the day. Yikes. I bought it midday, so I'm stuck long somewhere around here. Probably one. I don't remember the exact price, but 126.75 most likely. Not a bad end of the day close to 126.11 for Amazon. We had a couple decent trades today in Micron right at the end of the day. These guys are going to be reporting tomorrow after market on Micron. And it's funny because we're going to have Brian come on, and we got some out there on VWAP, but look what happened when it broke down through VWAP there, then it retests. This is the one thing that I learned from his book, actually, and I'm not here to pump it, but just talking about getting smarter as a trader, right? Fabian, where? Oh, I thought I was on the screen there, but I am not. Right there, look at that retest of VWAP right there. Good little retest of VWAP as it pulls back in. Now that I'm not on screen and we have the chat, let's do a little bit of a roll call. Who is here with me right now? Let's quickly do a roll call, bro. There it is. Yeah, let's do it. Hey, what's up, Ponzi Fonzie? You mentioned roll call. You get it. MLK high. MLKN. We'll talk about that because we just looked at that. Milken, MLKN, Sean, MLKN, making a move in the aftermarkets. We can call this up as we do roll call. Right now, Trade Forever, TNX, clears near high a day. A lot of names at the end there. Yeah, there you go, Ponzi Fonzie. You got it, man. Who else is here? Trader Forever's here. Dinkelberg is here. What's up? Hey, my guy, Dan McIsaac. You've been here for a while. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Jose joining us. Tyrone joining us. Everyone, Streamlabs. Hey, let me see if I can win again here. Let's go spin 30. See if we won. We hit that earlier. Yo, Ian, David, what's up? What's up, Deez? What's up, Tim? There's Ponzi again, and everybody. This is what. Oh no, we got screwed. Bell, Rocket, money bags. I'll take the money. I'll take all of those. Actually, at the end of the day, and we had a nice closing bell over the last couple of days. I really like what our background is looking like. There's MLKN. Still waiting for Costco. We had ELF. We were talking about that yesterday, man. ELF Beauty. I still think Okta may be greater than ELF, but ELF today getting hit again. We did have some talk. We had a question yesterday from our viewer. What do we think about ELF when we did Stock Blitz? And I'm like, I like the name, but you got to watch out for this $100 break right there on ELF, because if you break that back down below $100, man, that's going to be a danger spot there. You're below the 50-period moving average. Not only that, you're starting to slope down, man. You're turning completely upside down here on the 50-period, so watch out for that. Maybe a 200, and we talked about this yesterday. Down here into 90, where we bounced the first time, could be some good support for ELF Cosmetics coming through soon right there. But hey, man, we're still waiting for Costco. If Brian's ready, man, you guys just let me know. I don't have my earpiece in. Give me the thumbs up, and we will throw over to Brian. But I don't want to go over too many trade reviews now because we will have that after we talk with Mr. Shannon. But for right now, let's just go back over to trade ideas and see what else is popping off. Unless we want to do a quick stock blitz right now. What didn't we talk about? Another name is ENPH, man. Look at this TAN ETF. I mean, maybe we can go over to a weekly here for this, because that's not a weekly. This continues to make new lows on the daily. You just broke below, you're below the 200-period moving average. And hey, apparently solar and all of that, it's a much bigger rate question than anything else. So I'm thinking that heading into 2024, if we do get a completely change of face, and it's not going to be a change of face or about face for the Fed. They've already talked about possibly no more rate hikes, if not one more, and we could get that in November. If that starts to turn around, I do want to take a look at the TAN ETF, and then underneath the hood of this ETF, of course, is First Solar. So this has been holding up, and if you do want to take something, if you're looking at a sector that's been hit down, try to find the strong names, because if there is ever a pullback upside in the ETF, you're going to get a much more aggressive name in some of these names that are underneath the hood. So First Solar actually holding up near 50-period moving average, but look at ENPH, this name, and again, we're looking at weeklies right now. ENPH, this is the name that's really gotten my attention, because this was a super crazy high flyer. We were just at 350, guys, back in November at the highs. Now you're back down to 119, basically chopped in a third here with ENPH. One more quick look, and we do not have anything coming on Costco yet. So we will wait. COST, watch it have already made a move. I'm seeing this move down to 548. Before we bring Brian in, I just want to do all our fans a favor here, because, not our fans, sorry, our viewers, as we get through here, because if Costco did report, oh, it just came out just literally right now, 6:16. So we are seeing Costco out right now live here on the recap show. Costco coming out, looks like a beat, man, 486 versus 479. Costco coming through, not a huge beat, 1.46%. We don't have anything else yet. It looks like Costco is now out, and it looks like, let's just turn this to a 1-minute chart. It's heading to the downside, but the only number I have right now is the EPS number, 486 versus 479, you see, and then it ticks up right here now, so it's dancing around. Nice downside move to 545 on Costco, and again, looking at this 15-minute, we do wick below, we got to take this 554 here on Costco. If we can get that, then better. And right now, just so you guys know, on Benzinga, the only number we have is the EPS beat. So we'll wait to see. Hopefully they can guide higher or lower, and we will come up with that in just a matter of seconds. But hey, it's my favorite segment with one of my favorite guests, so let's hit it right now. Uh-oh, wrong camera view. There it is. Hey, Brian, how's it going?
Hey, good. How you doing, Sean?
Hey, I'm not doing too bad. How was your day today? What a wild one in the markets. Tell me you were short.
I was short for a bit, but I also had a really nice long in one of these stocks, which, you know, unfortunately, when we get a long stock to trigger in this type of environment, I'm just not really willing to take much size. But INSW was that stock, and, you know, it traded well. So take the bits and pieces where they are. I don't think I get as quite aggressive as you do on the downside. It's not my comfort, but FOUR and FIVN were good shorts, and actually right off out of the gate, the SPY as it dropped back below the VWAP for the day.
Right, yeah, the SPY was aggressive moving. No, actually, we think alike, man. That probably goes back. You traded prop before, right? I believe I read in your book.
I did, yeah.
So I'm the same way as you, because we got to close our positions at the end of every day. When the market's bleeding like this, I actually didn't have any longs on today. I might have had one, but nothing that's super aggressive, because I'm with you. If we are underneath VWAP for the day, if most of the names that I'm looking at are screaming lower, or a 50, I use a 50-period moving average, simple moving average on a 1-minute chart. If we're all below there, yeah, I am definitely hanging out, looking for shorts, and I like to play the retrace back up. And we actually, if you guys come over to my screen right now, Brian, I was talking about this. I may or may not have tagged you on this Micron play. So again, Micron today, not even down as much as the market, but we had a nice move, and I was shorting against this little high there. So we took the short right in there. It came back up, and then I looked at this VWAP retracement. See, that to me, we get a bump up. That would have been a reshort area for me right there, but it comes back in, and we close at the 50 period, and that's where we wind up getting out once it breaks back down. But that's how I like to use, you know, VWAP and things like that, is that if it's down for the day and we can move float back up, that's kind of where I like to short something like that. Do you have any examples of anything that maybe you put on today, because we can share your screen?
Yeah, how about the S&P 500? Like
I would love that.
There were two beautiful entries in there today based on what I look for. So first one this morning, let's just switch to a 2-minute time frame for this. And what we see here, I just circled this because I did a video for subscribers, but we had that gap down. And I mean, this was where I kind of first made my name with VWAP, was chase the gap or wait for VWAP. So when we gap lower, I don't want to short that initial move, because where's your stop go? Instead, as it breaks below the volume weighted average price, it tells me the buyers are back in control. I can safely short it with a stop above the high of the day. And that worked. Later on in the afternoon, we came right up to it and failed in that area. So I got short again, and look at how this is what you've read the book, the
Yep.
handoff. So we saw that once that failed down here, I shorted. I said, well, I'm going to use that as a trail for my stop, along with the lower highs, and really kind of covered most of it right here at the end of the day. So just looking at that, in conjunction with the larger time frame, I had to be out because when you look at,
Yeah.
I think if you follow my Twitter, we're right on an important level. That's the anchored VWAP from the March low. That's right here. And oftentimes they act as support after a strong sell-off like this. Clearly, there's no real evidence of it yet. So I'm looking at it thinking maybe we start to get a bounce in this level here coming in the next few days. But again, the evidence isn't there yet.
I might have to steal that from you. I don't know if it's trademarked or not, but I like that. Play the gap and wait for VWAP. I mean, how
Yeah.
genius is that? I really, really like that play. I'm going to put that into my repertoire as well, because that was about as smooth as it can go on the SPY there. I
It
really,
was.
really like that. I just wanted to ask you, because on that chart, my biggest problem, and I used some Fibonacci retracement tools today, which seemed to be okay, but I never know where to get out. And I'm always thinking to myself, like, if my out's going to be maybe a retest of that VWAP or something like that to the top side, and that's maybe 30 cents above where I'm getting in, then my first out tends to be about 30 cents to make sure I get 1-to-1. Like, is
Right.
there any sort of tips that you could maybe give a trader like me they're really happy with their position, but they're maybe just a day trader, so they have to be flat, they're not swinging it, and they don't really want to hold above their stop? Do you kind of do like 1-to-1, then maybe 2-to-1, then if you're lucky enough, you can get 3-to-1 on risk to reward? Or is there maybe a tool? That's why I put on the 50-period moving average. Is there something that maybe you give some of your subscribers or something like that if you're looking for a quick kind of trade like that?
I think you can use that 50 on a
Okay.
1 minute, like you said. I also used to be a big fan of the 100 minute moving average, and
Okay.
that's kind of Linda Bradford Raschke used to call that the holy grail. She would use a 20 period on a 5 minute chart.
20.
Same thing. It's still 100 minutes, right?
Right.
So that, and then I like to use the definition of trend. So once
Write
we
that down.
get those lower highs and then, break, it should have broken there. So that was my stop there. Unfortunately, avoided that. Over here, as we break down, let it rally up. And as it breaks here, stop goes there. As it breaks this, lower my stop to here. As it breaks below this level, I lower my stop to there. And then I didn't get out here. I got out right at the end of the day. So to me, it's about, we're looking for these small trends on these day trades. So even, regardless of what the time frame is, if you're looking for a trend, which obviously we are,
Yep.
we have to use the definition of trend. And once that's invalidated with a higher high, then there's no reason to still be involved in it.
Man, class is in session. Thank you so much for doing all of that. We are very, very pleased, and I do have your book here. But so there's what we're talking about, the anchored VWAP. Definitely, guys, go pick that up on Amazon, I believe, or on your
It
website
is, yeah.
as well. So go pick that up for sure. I've read it. Great reading, and we're sharing it with everybody on our prop floor. So thank you so much for sending us a couple of copies there. Okay, because we just had Costco earnings, can I put you on the spot? I mean,
Absolutely.
I like it.
I love betting on the spot. This is what I do, Sean.
Okay, good. Well, me too, actually. This is what I do. So why don't we flip over to the chart right now quickly, regardless of what their earnings were. And I know we've had Michael Noss on. We had Adrian Zadunchuk, Crypto Bird, yesterday. He's a big guy there. Do you know do you know him? He was on yesterday talking all about Bitcoin as well. He's in Poland. And he said, you know what? Forget about all this. Let's just look to see what's going on behind with the chart, right? So today we had Costco. Looks like they're down. Net sales actually up year over year, 9%. We saw the beat there from Benzinga in the newswire. But look what Costco's doing, man. You're bleeding down here to 545. We've taken now, and I talked about this on the show. As you can see, we're taking the 50 period, Brian. I mentioned that it was one of the only retailers besides Walmart that has held its 50 period moving average on the daily. But it looks like with this report, we will now breach that. So are we looking short? What would you say here about Costco? I'm a member. So hopefully if the price comes down, I could buy lower, sell higher, and pay for my annual dues. But what does Costco look like in your opinion right now?
It looks like, so we're 545.90 right now. It looks like we're headed pretty quick for 537, 538. That is the anchored volume weighted average price from this low right here. And you can see that the last pullback was halted there precisely. So I think you're going to see at least a test of that. The difference this time, though, Sean, is at this point, this is where we were 50 days ago. This is where we were 20 days ago.
Yep.
So as we start to get rid of this data over here in the next few days, that means the 50-day moving average is going to be declining. And that makes it less likely that maybe something like this happens, and then perhaps we go down to a bigger level. So I'm just not thrilled about it. It's very similar to, kind of the way I'm looking at the SPY is I'd like to see the SPY rally a little bit here and then come down to this. This is the 200-day moving average. It's the year-to-date anchored volume weighted average price. It's also this prior resistance, and it's also a 38.2% retracement of last year's low to this year's high. So there's a lot of stuff going on in that 424.17 level. So I didn't mean to switch subjects on you, but it's very similar in the way that they're trading. That 50-day moving average in the SPY is now rolling over as we're getting rid of this data, as is the 20. So things are looking a lot more dangerous in general.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I mean, I was thinking that I would, and you mentioned maybe a potential dip buy opportunities in the next couple days. I kind of want to let September just settle down, which I guess is the next couple days. Can you believe how fast September went by the way? Like, I don't know. Man. Kids went back. I mean, this whole year, every day, Brian, seems like it's a blur. And I think that's because I love what I do here, and I'm sure you do as well. And it's like, once the market's over, I'm like, now I don't know what to do with myself. I kind of like, I'm looking around like that John Travolta meme, like, what am I supposed to do? But hey, traders never sleep. I'm sure you're looking at charts pretty much, I don't want to say 24 hours a day, you got to sleep at some point. But the one important thing that I'm getting from the chat here, Brian, is it seems like you trade with a plan. And I feel like that is the one thing that a lot of traders miss. And, we both have experience. I'm 22 plus years as well. And it's like, I don't ever enter a trade unless I have my stop. And I get a feeling that you're probably the same way.
Always, 100% of the time. And, I'm looking at these VWAPs as a level of interest, not a place to do business. It's where I look at the shorter term time frame and say, is there evidence here? If we're going to bounce in the SPY, I don't want to buy the dip. I want to buy strength after it. So maybe in the next 3 or 4 days, as it gets above that 5-day moving average and that flattens out, and then perhaps we get this bounce and then another leg lower. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it. But it's flexible. That's not written in stone. I'm not going to trade that. I'm going to see, that's my bias maybe in the next couple of weeks.
Right.
But if the market changes and tells me something different, I've got to listen and adjust that plan.
Brian, our viewers can find you at Alpha Trends. Thank you so much for joining us again, man. And that analysis is awesome. I even wrote down on my little mini sticky note right here that we were going to now look at that 20 period on a 5-minute chart, giving us those 100 data points for quick in and out plays and where to get in and where to get out. Thank you so much, Brian. What a pleasure, Sean, to have you on. And be well, and we'll catch you hopefully next week as well.
You got it. Thanks.
Ciao. That's Trader Talk. What a good one that was. Wow. All right, we got to hustle now, man. But wow, what a good report that was from Brian. And it looks like it was a decent report from Costco. But as Brian mentioned there, man, this 50 period is going to start sloping down, and that's not going to look good now, because we'll see if tomorrow's another red day in the market. Will Costco hold up? Right now, it's not bleeding too bad. You're only down 2.5%, but we've seen some of these big retail names really dump out, man. So we mentioned near that 505 and change down there. Let's see if it can hit that 200 period moving average. What I want to look at, and we can go over here to the next topic. I'll hit it right there. I wanted to talk about Microsoft, but now I actually have more to talk about, because the thing is that I actually, what we did early on Microsoft, and again, it's just kind of like getting too excited early. So I'm going to look at this tomorrow, because remember it was play the gap and then wait for VWAP. So, oh man, Brian, that's going to get used a lot now by me most likely, and I'm always going to give credit for it, so it's all good. But we got stopped out here pretty early on Softy, taking an early dip position, right? The thing is that how could we get stopped out on our short when this happens almost immediately afterwards? And I'm just looking back at this, and it's like, I used a 50 period moving average, right? But the thing is that on a 1-minute chart, that's not great enough data, because the pre-market, we kind of just bled down, right? So the 50 period is going to be aggressively low. when realistically we did not break this pre-market of 316. We should have held on to that a little bit longer instead of getting out when we broke the 50 period at 315.50. So giving myself a little bit more room into the pre-market highs, not a bad take there. But once we got stopped out, we actually realized that. We sort of woo-sawed down, we relaxed, and then there was the move back in. We were able to make it back. And we actually, despite making this move back, we didn't have our share size like we did here. So we actually, the only red stock day, we're going to go 6-1, and it was Microsoft, despite it bleeding basically the rest of the day. And then there's that close. Our best out is right there once it took the 21 period. We're going to have to do a little bit better work. But thank you to Brian for coming through some nice trades there today on MSFT. We're getting late, man. And remember, I got to go figure out what the hell's going on with my house. So let's quickly do a roll call. Who's still here? It's 4:31. We'll do a quick little roll call. I'm going to go to live chat so I don't miss everybody. But as I give everybody a chance to do that, let me shout out Bears vs. Bulls because we have fan funding coming through right now. Thank you so much to the super chats today. Mr. D. Westermeyer, 2 of them. Ian Rispetto, 2 of them. Nicole Harris is here. Hertz Scrambler is here. Jalen Hurts, great scrambler. Spiky is here. Yeah, the market might spike down a little bit more. Stoyle stocks, okay? And Dan Gallagher, new members. Thank you so much to everybody today. D-Loaf is here. What's up? Jack Mack is here. I heard that. Judge is here. Natalia's here. What's up, Natalia? Say me. Trader Forever's here. Who else? Mulhan, Simon, AJTH. Thank you so much, man. Hugh is here. I said you last time. John Von Sowers is here. The one thing that everybody could do, I don't know if you have the like or subscribe button there, but if we can make sure that you guys, please, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We want more, man. We're reviewing sectors. I mean, Brian Shannon, honestly, this guy is totally legit. I believe it was his second book that he just wrote. Great book in here. Was also on The Compound with Josh Brown and friends. Just really happy to have him with us as well. The guests just keep on coming through, man, day after day after day. And look, real traders know what's up. We're bringing it to you, man. Everybody that we have on this show is going to be someone that day trades, someone that's going to give us some plays, and someone that has some legitimacy behind them, okay? So that's what we're doing, man. Chris Bretcher used to trade on the CBOE in there. Also a prop trader, same as Brian. We have Danielle Shea, the options queen, coming through more and more. We had a couple great guests on the crypto side, and we're going to keep it going. So again, thank you so much for watching. A big shout out to Bears vs. Bulls. A big shout out to my wife, who is now en route to hockey practice. I got to get home, but thank you so much for watching. I'm back tomorrow at 8:30. It's me and Max, I believe, tomorrow taking that. I have no idea what that is. Shout out to Surge Trader, but I have to say, oh, now we're all messed up, Fabian. But let's just say goodbye for now. I'm Sean Katina. This has been Trader TV Live. Thank you for staying late with me. Ciao.